I'd like to find the antiderivative of the function 6x minus x to the negative 2 minus 16x to the negative 5. So this is the f of x, and I want to find big F of x, the antiderivative. And frequently, the antiderivative is called an indefinite integral. In other words, you'll notice there is no lower limit or upper limit of integration. It is an indefinite integral. There's a very subtle difference between an antiderivative and an indefinite integral, which we don't really need to worry about. But if I want to find the antiderivative, this is the way that I would write it. I would just kind of make it an integral, indefinite integral. So I'm going to call that antiderivative big F of x. This right here is my f of x, as you might recognize it, and then there's my variable of integration. So big F of x, I'm going to set that equal to, well, I'm going to use my methodology here. So I'm going to have 6, and then a placeholder, and x to the first plus 1 minus, well, I can put a placeholder here. There is no coefficient. And it would be x to the negative 2 plus 1. And then it'd be minus 16 and a placeholder, x to the negative 5 plus 1. So I'm going to begin to simplify a little bit. Now I'll say f of x is equal to 6 placeholder x squared minus placeholder x to the minus 1 minus 16 placeholder x to the minus 4. And then in each of these placeholders, I'm going to put the reciprocal of the new exponent. So this would be 1/2. This is going to be negative 1. This is going to be negative 1/4. And if I kind of do my simplification here, now I have f of x. Oh, now once I did this, I have to write in my plus c. Can't forget the plus c. I really should have done it right here as well. So this would be equal to 3x squared plus x to the minus 1 plus 4x to the minus 4 plus c. And although I won't do this for every problem, just to show you, if I find what is f prime of x using the power rule, I get 6x minus x to the negative 2 minus 16x to the negative 5, which, if I'm not mistaken, is exactly what we started with right there. Let's take another problem out of CUDA. This is problem number 16. And again, you can see I'm looking for an integral, but I don't have a lower and upper bound. So this is an indefinite integral, which is the same as an antiderivative for our purposes. And I think I'm going to rewrite this. So I'm going to say I want the indefinite integral of 8/3 x to the 1/3 power plus 24/5 x to the 1/5 power minus 10x to the negative 3, and this all has to be in parentheses, dx. So that's my function, or my integrand, and then my variable of integration, the dx at the end. So I'll follow my steps here. And I will say big F of x is equal to 8/3 placeholder x. And I'm just going to kind of do this little adding 1 in my head. So that would be x to the 4/3 plus 24/5 placeholder. That would be x to the 6/5. Oops, I better put them in my x, shouldn't I? X to the 6/5. And then minus 10 placeholder x to the -2, adding 1 to -3. So filling in my placeholders, here I have the reciprocal of the exponent, so that would be 3/4. This would be 5/6. This would be -1/2. And so I now have plus c. Big F of x is equal to, so wait, the 3's cancel out, 2x to the 4/3 plus c. The 5's cancel, that will be 4x to the 6/5. And then this is going to be plus 5x to the -2 plus c. And there's my antiderivative.